So we're here with Christopher Jackson and Matt Morgan. And Matt, we saw your trailer for your little film last week called The Eyes of the Beholder.
Yes, sir.
And it looks pretty sharp.
Thank you.
And so I thought, wow, let's talk to Matt and see what he's all about. So now I saw the pictures from Kamp Hollywood. How long ago was that? Because you looked a lot.
I was 13 or 12 or 13 then, so that had to be at least 4 years ago. So
yeah.
Quite a long time.
Right.
Well, when you're as old as I am, it's a long time.
Exactly.
Sure, it'll seem like nothing.
Yeah, perspective.
Yeah.
So, what is it about filmmaking that engages your interest? What got you going in filmmaking?
Well, I started it out of boredom when I moved to Texas. Didn't have any friends, and I figured I'm decent at this. I might as well keep doing it. So, just started out slowly. Before I knew it, I was completely addicted and didn't have anything else that I was good at. So I had to just keep doing it. So.
Well, that's great. And where'd you move from?
I moved from Michigan down here about 5 years ago.
Okay.
So probably 6 now. So.
All right.
And started it as soon as I got here.
Was there anything about Michigan you missed?
Well, they have actual weather changes there.
Yeah.
Here it's all mixed up, but
yeah.
So, but I think I like Texas better. So,
cool.
I wouldn't be making movies if I didn't move here.
So, when you go to the movies, when you go watch film, what's your favorite type of film to see?
Favorite type, got to be probably classic drama. So, like character, and plot. And I mean, I like action films too, but the typically my favorite types of movies end up being the complicated dramas and then a lot of character development. So.
Wow, that's great. Okay. And any favorite directors?
Favorite directors, I like Paul Thomas Anderson. Kubrick's good. Then I like a lot of Wes Anderson films too. Been watching a lot of those lately.
So if you got a last name Anderson, boy, you got a good chance of.
Though there's a couple Anderson directors I'm not quite a big fan of, but I'll leave those out.
Gotcha.
So,
Christopher, how did you get involved in the project?
Well, Matt and I had known each other previously from some other things we had done before, and he told me about this project and kind of the crew he was putting together and the cast he was putting together, and we had been kind of sending scripts back and forth and looking at stuff and giving notes. And so when I heard that he was getting it up off the ground finally, I had recently come into some money, and so thought, hey, well, better to put it into than that. So.
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
Matt was lucky to have you around.
We were lucky to have each other around, I think,
Yeah.
so it worked out well.
So do your parents support your filmmaking habit?
absolutely, and it sure is a good thing. So, they, before I could drive, they towed me around to film classes, and they helped me drive people around to set and stuff like that. They've been as supportive as I think any parent could be in their situation. So I'm very, very grateful.
So otherwise, you'd have to be a guerrilla filmmaker.
Yeah.
And do this by crawling out your bedroom window.
Yeah. No, but they've helped me pretty much everything I've needed. So yeah, very, very grateful.
Outstanding. Well, what's the best way to network with other North Texas filmmakers? Do you talk to other people that are doing this?
Best way is to actually go and work on projects with other people, not only trying to make your own stuff. The way I've actually gained contacts is working at other positions on other people's films, and then meeting people that they're working with on other people's films, and then so on and so on and so on, and then I end up meeting people I never thought I would meet. I mean, if you stay and you only work on your own stuff in your bedroom, and you never meet anybody, then you're not going anywhere quick.
So the closet auteur is
Yeah.
not the way to go if you want to get.
It doesn't matter how good your film is if no one sees it and you don't get anybody else involved. So.
It's also nice that you have instant distribution to the world on the internet now, and so anybody can see anybody's stuff and share anything with anybody for free. That's a big thing.
I met a guy like 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, hey, I like your stuff. You got anything else anywhere? I went and looked at his website, and since then we started talking about getting together and meeting and talking about some projects. And I just happened to see something he did, so the internet sure does help.
Cool. What stage is The Eyes of the Beholder in?
The Eyes of the Beholder, we're currently wrapping up the sound design. We're going to be recording the score this upcoming weekend. So after that's all done, we'll do the final audio mix, and then it'll all be ready to go. We'll just have to, do the, DVD cover art and just get it all printed and ready, and then be off to film festivals. So, and hands of friends and family.
Yeah. Cool. So is that your plan? You're going to try and hit festivals?
Yeah, we've been, he's been printing out lists of film festivals, and we're starting to fill out the submissions.
It's going to be a lot, but it's good. It's a good thing. So
That's great. And how long is the film going to be roughly? I mean, is it a short? Is it
It's a short. It's a long short. It's about exactly 30 minutes. We shortened it just enough to get it under the 30-minute time limit for a lot of the festivals.
a lot of festivals have the limit of 30 minutes. So if you can keep it under that, you give yourself a lot more options. So.
Right. Cool.
So,
Well, best of luck when that comes around.
yeah.
So, having done it through the whole process, and did anything surprise you? What's the hardest part about the filmmaking process?
The hardest part is managing to not stop. Once you get to a certain point, which is about a month ago, it's like you've been working on the same project for so long, you just feel like, no, I'm really tired of this, might as well. I really want to do something else, but managing to keep the momentum and realize that it's worth finishing is the hardest part.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, all the other problems are very surface level, and they have very practical solutions. They're still hard to solve, but that's the one that you're the only one that can fix. So.
Mhm.
It's very different too versus, what's the hardest part of production versus everything else, because then you've also got to deal with networking and finding all the other people that you need. If you need a composer, if you need a sound designer, if you need, legal, all that stuff that goes into it. So trying to find all those people that are willing to work for nothing or free or close to that or whatnot, and then just getting everybody to work in harmony that have never met each other. That's I don't know, it's a strange symbiotic thing.
It's kind of like putting together a very makeshift family for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
And trying to get them to all get along while still getting something done. So.
Right. And if the experience is good for the family, then they come back together again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, get
Yeah.
together for the next holiday.
So, advice for other young people interested in getting into filmmaking?
Definitely work on as many projects as you can and learn from as many people as you can. So I've learned stuff from the most surprising of places. A lot of times I'll take a course or something or a seminar somewhere and not learn anything that I expected to, but I'll meet somebody who in turn introduced me to someone else who I learned a lot from. And it's not that I needed the class to learn it, but through the thing I took or the project I worked on, I found something out. Just, you can't learn enough, and you'll never learn everything, so just keep trying to figure out as much as you can.
All right, Matt Morgan, Christopher, thank you so much for talking with us.
No
Yep.
problem. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
inviting us.